Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to another turkey pattern test video here. And today I've got another new ammunition to try out on the channel, and that ammunition being some of these, the Rogue ammunition. They're 410 3-inch 27/32 ounce of number 9s going 1100 feet per second. And the setup we're going to be running them through today is the Mossberg 500 410 turkey, and we're going to start out with the stock extra full 380 constriction turkey choke that the gun came with from the factory. That stock choke in that Mossberg has performed pretty good so far with pretty much everything we've put through it, except for maybe the Federals, but the Federals are a whole nother story on their own right. So I figured for the first pattern with this new Rogue ammunition, we got to get a baseline, so I figured we'll throw the stock extra full turkey choke back in the gun and start there and see what it can do. Now, as per usual, the turkey target is set up right over here at 40 yards away from the bench. So let's take these new Rogue 27/32 ounce of 9s back there and run it through this Mossberg 500 410 and see what it can put down on the paper. All right, we're back at the bench, all set up at 40 yards. So let's run these Rogue 27/32 ounce of 9s through this Mossberg 500 410 turkey with the stock extra full 380 choke and see what they can put down there on the paper. All right, y'all, so this is what we got out of that Rogue ammunition. And it looks pretty good in my opinion. Might have been just half inch to the left of his head there, but no big deal on this one. The core of that pattern is really pretty tight for a 410 at 40 yards, but as you start to look at the outside, there's definitely some flyers around the edges here. But overall, I am definitely pretty happy with how the initial performance of this has gone so far. That stock choke definitely doesn't seem to do terrible with it. Now, yes, we do see some of those flyers. Is that from the shell or it being a pretty tight stock choke? I don't know. We'll just have to do a little bit more testing and see. But so far, it's looking pretty good for the Rogue shells. I've seen good things and I've heard good things out of them, so I figured I would pick some up to test, and at least for the initial first pattern, I think we've got a pretty good shell on our hands here. I would not be afraid to hunt with that load at all, especially for a 410. At 40 yards, that's a dead bird all day long. You've got a pretty nice core right here that's not so screaming tight that it doesn't give you enough leeway, but it's a pretty even pattern as far as what's kind of up top here. But yeah, we did see a few flyers, but when it comes to a 410 load, you can't really argue too much with that so far. Now, do I think we can do a little bit better? Yeah, I think this shell has a little bit better performance still left in it, but I definitely don't think that we're off to a terrible start with this one. All right, y'all, well, let me know what you think about that. I am definitely not displeased with how it's performed so far. I think we're off to a pretty decent starting point with those Rogue shells. I had seen good things and I had heard good things about them, so figured I'd pick some up to test out, and I'm pretty happy with how they've performed so far. I wouldn't be scared to take that combination of choke and load and gun and all that out into the woods to turkey hunt with. That'll absolutely take you a turkey any day of the week. But I do think we can still condense some of those outside flyers just a little bit. Now, is that just a characteristic of the load? I don't know yet. But I've got a 385 Carlson's choke that we can put it through as well and see if it does a little bit better with that as well, being a little bit more open constriction. I've also got that Winchester 391 constriction full choke if we start to see that it likes a little bit more open constriction that we can test as well. But you'll just have to leave me a comment and let me know what you want to see tested with this load. But all in all, I definitely think we're off to a pretty good start. I am definitely happy with how that's performed so far, and I think we can get it a little bit better with some more testing. But as usual, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Is that a good pattern for you, or would you like to see some of those flyers condensed a little bit? Have you used these Rogue shells before, and have you gotten good performance out of them? And if you've tested them and you've seen that they might like a little bit more open constriction, let me know down below and we'll test that out as well. But as for today, we've got some rain coming in this evening pretty quick here, and I've got a couple more tests I want to run this afternoon. So leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, and I'm going to get back to the pattern testing. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one.